Hey, it's your boy Angie Gavin coming at you from not so sunny Thailand. We're going live Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So, guys, in this live stream, I want to give you a little strategy of what I've been doing in the last 24 hours, and I want to tell you why Bitcoin is probably one of the worst cryptocurrencies you can actually be in right now. And I'll explain all this in a second. So if you're watching me on YouTube, if you just give a shout out, I think I'm live on YouTube, and then the Facebook I should be live. So it's a bit tricky because you gotta what's the word? Multitask a little bit, kind of, when you're doing these live streams / kind of because you really need a studio, and you got like two computers going at the same time, so then you can multitask. But I've only got one, so I got to queue up the music, got to go do this, do that. But anyway, guys, I don't even know if I can see the comments. Yeah, I can now. I can see the comments. So, guys, yeah, hi guys. How's everyone going? Hey Green, hey Garth, Sergio, Sohab. Yeah, guys. So, so just quickly, let's just go to Twitter. So for you guys that are worried about Genesis, they just tweeted before that they had technical issues and it's all sorted. So what you're going to do is you're going to get multiple payments. So you're just going to get a big whack of payments in the one hit because they had service issues. So don't sweat it, it's all good. So that's with Genesis. Well, what I'm excited about, because I just downloaded it, is the new Exodus wallet, guys. It's got the Genosis or Gnosis, if you want to call it, and it's got a couple of new skins, and it's really nice. So go and download I think 1.3. Let me have a look. I can't show you in I can't actually show you through this screen because I haven't figured out how to do actually show you my account. But they've got some new things anyway, and it's quite nice. So if you haven't got the latest version of Exodus, just go to exodus.io and download. Go to here, download, and this is it here. Okay, so these are the new updates, new skins. It's really nice. It's looking really nice. So Gnosis is the new one. Anyway, moving forward. So basically, they just had tech issues. Tech to all. They just had tech issues, and then they're all sweet now. So you're just going to get a big whack in the one. Okay, so it's all good. It's all good. Hi Moana, how you going? I'm getting a big audience on YouTube, so I appreciate you guys. Hey Mineria, and you guys always on Facebook support me. So why is Bitcoin, like, Bitcoin's I wouldn't say the worst, but it's one of the worst coins to actually have, and I'll explain that right now. Even though it's 2766 right now, so it's at all-time high, but I'm telling you the opposite. I'm telling you the opposite. Everything's based on Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin goes up, all your cryptos go up, but when everything goes down, it's a red day. Everything's down the shit tube, right? Bitcoin is like the benchmark to be measured against, right? Kind of, everything's pegged against the Bitcoin, just like in trading, everything's pegged against the euro or the USD, right? Well, everything's in crypto. It's kind of pegged against BTC, even Ethereum. That just because Bitcoin's king and it's the number one and it's the most valued at the moment, doesn't mean you trade. Doesn't mean you hold it. In fact, the worst thing to do is to hold it, right? Because Bitcoin is it's the first. It's been there the longest. It's a stable store of value. People trust it. They know that Bitcoin's going to go up and down, but it's always going to recover, right? And so it's like a safety net. It's like, think of Bitcoin as your job. Bitcoin's like your job, right? Because it's a safety net, right? And in fact, it's actually the worst thing you want to have is a job. We won't go into that debate. But anyway, so Bitcoin's there for a reason, but doesn't mean you have to have it, because there's other things that are, I'll tell you what they are. So then get a pen and paper and write these down. Because if you're in Bittrex and you have an account in Bittrex, there's so many diamonds in the rough in Bittrex that you don't know about, and I'm gonna mention some of them today. This is not financial advice, but this is something that you can pick these things up for 2 or 3 cents on a dollar, and they're sitting in Bittrex right now, and they can go to $1, $2, $3, $5, maybe perhaps $5. Right, so you compare that to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's now 2,700. Now Bitcoin's going to go to probably 5K by the end of the year, so that's 2x now. It's going to double its value now, right? But if you can get into these, and probably next year, it'll probably hit 10K by Q2. Q2, we're talking June 2018. So we're extremely pumped about Bitcoin, but when you look at it and you compare them, like it's just like two fighters, right? Two boxers, pound for pound, right? You compare Bitcoin and then you compare another coin, pound for pound, right? If you were to weigh them up and get them to the right weight, and all that sort of stuff, and you weigh them pound for pound, Bitcoin is the worst, because you can get onto these ones that are worth 2 or 3 cents, and they're going to 100x. Bitcoin will never 100x in the next 18 months, but there's coins in Bittrex right now will 100x. So that's what I'm saying. Bitcoin will probably 2x, 3x, 4x, which is freaking awesome, because obviously it's like 2,700. But when you look at something like it's 1 or 2 or 3 cents, it's going to 100x maybe. There's a couple of them that will 100. There's probably a few that are going to 100x. There's going to be some that's going to probably 10x. There's probably some that's going to 20 or 30x, right? Because they're sitting around under 1 or 2, 3 cents. And these are the ones that I pay attention to. And these are the ones that I really study. Because I know that if I put 1 Bitcoin into that's 1 cent or 2 cents. When it goes to $1 or $5, right? Do the maths. You're getting like 500 Bitcoin back, right? Now, who doesn't want that? And then as Bitcoin goes up to 10,000, do the maths, right? Then you do that for 2 or 3 coins or 5 coins, right? Now, I'm not saying it's easy, but there are coins out there right now that you can do too, all right? So what I've done is just me personally, this is not financial advice. This is what I've done. Whether you do it or not, that is up to you. That's on you. Whatever decisions you make and you do, whatever you win or lose, that's on you. So do not come back to me and say, oh, I did what you told me to do. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just telling you what I did, okay? So what you want to do is how do we find these coins? Right? How do we find these coins, these diamonds in the rough? Well, your best friend from now till the end of the year is not your wife, not your partner, not your dog, and not your cat. It's coincap.com. Download the app and look at this and study this for hours a day if you've got the time, right? Because this is where the gems are in this website. Okay, in this website lists up to 800 crypto coins. There's more and more coming on every day as more and more ICOs are releasing. We haven't even started with ICOs yet. This is just my trading portfolio, right? And then I've got a course that's coming out next month, which is teaching you how to do ICOs and profit from that. So as you can tell, I don't have time to do rev shares. Well, I've already mentioned that 20 million times, so we don't need to go there. So this is just trading, right? This is just like, I'm not talking about trading, day trading. I'm talking about just buying and holding, right? Because I'm lazy. Like, I just want to make the most money with the least amount of work. I mean, I'm not scared to do work, guys. You guys know me. I'm not scared of doing any work, but when you look at your return on your investment, when you can invest in something like 1 or 2 cents, just throw the key away, come back in 6 to 12 months, and it could 10, 20, even 100x. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is a hold. This is not get rich quick. So whatever you buy in these coins that you're going to buy, these are hold. You just basically buy them and you forget about them. Okay, but you're not putting a lot into it. You're only buying, up to $50 or $100 worth of these coins, and then you just forget it. Okay, set and forget. And then you look at these coins at the end of the year, or you look at them mid next year, and then I promise you these coins are going to go up. See, with this, where we are at the moment, we're in a really golden period, because everything in crypto will eventually go up. You can screw it up big time, and you're still going to win. That's how confident I am within this crypto space, right? Because it's a no-brainer. You can totally screw this up and you're still going to make money, but you just have to be patient. So what you want to do is you want to get into the coins that have a lot of potential, right? So this is the thing, and I'll teach you this in ICOs. This is a very similar strategy to ICOs, but with coins, right? I'll go through an example now, and then I'll rattle off the coins which I personally think have got good potential for the future, and then you have to go through each one and then research each one. Okay. Hey Robert, hey Igor, Wayne, Francisco, how you guys going? Okay, so you guys have to put in the work. You guys don't be lazy. Okay, like I said, coinmarket.com is your best friend, right? And then there's a lot of things to consider when you get into a coin, or when you get into an ICO. There's a lot of things to consider, because you want to make sure that you're putting your money into something, even if it's 1 cent or 2 cents, doesn't matter, right? You still want to make sure that you're making the best decision, even if it's 1 or 2 cents, because you're going to hold on to that for a period of time, and then hopefully you're going to make a lot of money from it. Again, you put $100 into it, get 100x's, there's $1,000. Okay, no biggie. But you do that 10 or 20 or 30 times. There's 800 coins here. Okay, you're going to run out of money before you run out of coins. You could make a lot of money in the next 6 to 12 months, but you got to be patient. All right, you got to be able to just set and forget. So the first question that you want to ask yourself when it comes to these coins, because there's so many of them now, 800 of them. Obviously you got all your top coins. Okay, so this is excluding your top 10. Your Bitcoins, Ethereums, Ripple. You got Litecoin, Nem, Ethereum Classic, Dash, IOTA, possibly Monero, Stratus, AntShares, Veritasium, maybe. That's expensive, but it's going to go up. Steam, all those good ones, right? They're what I call, top tier coins. Forget them, all right? You should have them already. If you don't, something's wrong with you. You should have them and build your portfolio. I'm not talking about these because they're too expensive to get in, but they'll be more expensive in 12 months' time, right? The most famous question I used to get asked, or one of the famous questions that I used to get asked that make me chuckle was, oh, Bitcoin's too expensive to buy. You know, and I always used to say, well, then if you think it's expensive now, wait freaking 12 months or 2 years, then you'll discover how expensive Bitcoin is to buy. So I want to give you a real life example. So the first question you should ask yourself about coins, I'm just going to YouTube just to see how you guys are going. Hey Bobby, Mohammed, Crypto LIF3, what's up? So the first question you need to ask when you're looking at these coins is, what does it do? What does it do? Does it solve a problem? Or is it just a, hey, look at what we got. We've got a new crypto coin. It's decentralized, right? It's got a blockchain. Okay, it's private. It's privacy. What are the other famous words? We've got a wallet. We've got an app coming soon. All this. It's like getting a car, right? When you first buy a car, back in the day, it was like, you buy a car and then you have all these features added to it, like power windows, power seats, warm up seats, and all these extras that they just try to throw in. But now it's standard issue, right? So all these coins, all these ICOs and all these crypto coins, they should have privacy. They should have obviously they all got a blockchain. They should have privacy. They should have all these features. They should have a wallet. They should have a good advisory team. They should have a website, or they should have other applications they're going to build on top of it. All this stuff is just standard stuff, right? That's not a selling point or a unique selling proposition, right? That's just standard sort of stuff. So when you see these, and you have to go through each one of these coins, when you see a coin, does it actually do anything? And if it's just like anything else, just move on, okay? So one that which I got a card. In fact, I got a card when I was in freaking Singapore, and I lost it, right? I got their card when I was in Singapore, and then I went to try this shirt on because it's a long story, but the guys that gave me my suit, they didn't put my shirt into it. I paid for my shirt. When I was in Singapore, they didn't give me the shirt, so then I had to go and buy another shirt. When I was trying on this new shirt, I left the 10X card in the freaking change room. Then I walked back to my hotel, and then I realized, oh shit, I left my 10X card there. But never mind, it's all good. So 10X is, if you don't know what 10X is, they had a huge ICO, and then they just pretty much crashed when they went on Bittrex, and then the prices recovered now. But 10X is a perfect example of something that's real life, something that's tangible. It doesn't necessarily have to be tangible, but it has to do something, right? And then through that, whatever it is, that application, that's how, when people use it, it increases the user base, and then they build other things on top of it. So what is 10X? 10X is it's a card. It's a debit card, but it's got multiple currencies in it. At the moment, you can only pay with Visa, pay with Bitcoin, but it's got Dash and it's got a couple other things. But it's just like another Visa, but it's got an app, and it's got a couple more security features. And I know that this has been done before with SpecterCoin, right? But they've got a good team behind this with 10X. But it's a real life thing that people can use, right? So then when you look at ICOs or just cryptocurrencies, like, what does it do, right? This thing's got a card. It actually does something, all right? It's actually a real tangible product, or it's got a test net, or it's in beta, or it's already got something tangible or something that you can touch that actually works if you're getting into an ICO or a cryptocurrency. So 10X is already furthered on through this process, but they've got a card, and as more and more people start using that card, it's gonna spread more and more and more. Okay, so this is an example of a cryptocurrency that is still cheap. Let's just go to Bittrex, and the 10x has got funny enough, it's got their ticker is PAY, right? I don't know why they probably couldn't get TENX. All right, so this is an example of, now I'm giving you, I think that something's got a lot of potential, but there's also a lot of competition as well in this. So this one you have to, you really have to dig deep with this one and just see, sort of research it and think, okay, who's behind it, what's their roadmap. Go to their website, have a look at their roadmap. What's the potential of it growing? Basically, you want to see if they've got a good plan for the future and what things they can release to increase the value of their product and their token. But it's now only $1.14, so I think that this is going to go up over time. So it's still cheap. You can buy 100 pay or 100 10x tokens for 114 bucks. Okay, so that's just one example. I'm not telling you to buy it, but I'm just giving you one example. So that's about $1. Okay, so maybe it's sort of a bit on the dear side for some people. This one here, I missed this one. This is an ICO that just launched. I can't remember how much the tokens were. I think hang on, I'll have a look. I think they were 20 cents, but I'll have a look. This is why I'm getting the ICO, guys. Let's just have a look. In fact, I'm super pumped about it because I can't wait to make my first 6 figures. 6 figures, yeah. Well, 6 figures would be good. Still start there. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to find the price that it launched at. But anyway, so this is it, Civic. Okay, this is going up. Okay, this is 22 cents. All right. So Civic is kind of, it's going to be a long-term project, but it's kind of a big deal because it had, actually I forget his name. His first name's Vinny, but he's a really well-known figure in the Bitcoin space, and he backed this, right? He was one of the advisors. Actually, I think he owns, well, he's co-owner of Civic, right? So they sold 33 million on the ICO, which I freaking missed, which I'm kind of pissed off. You can get their app, blah 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 blah. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But let me show you who he is. This is also part of evaluating. See, these are their partners. Anyway, just have a look at this. Yeah, it's not showing. It's just not showing the actual. I'm trying to find the. I'm trying to find the stats on Civic. I'm just doing this off the cuff, but I think it was pretty cheap. It'd have to be pretty cheap because it's the tokens now are only 22 cents. Okay, so it's still going up. But so this is one you could look at. Again, research it. They're only 22 cents. Where I see this in the next, and you have to look at it long term. You buy into the stuff and you just forget about it for 12 months. Actually, I won't give a prediction because I don't know all the technicals behind it. because you have to look at, you have to really dive into it and look at how many tokens there are. But you know what you got to do is you got to look at, you got to go to their website, research the team, research everything about it, what it does. It's cheap at the moment. How many coins? What's the market volume? There's so many things that you have to consider. But then once you go into all these coins and you research each one of them, right? And don't ask me which coin to get into, right? That clearly is a question that you're a lazy asshole. Okay, maybe you're not an asshole, but you're just lazy and you want everything spoon-fed to you. So please do not message me and say, what coin do I get into, right? I'm going to redirect you to this live stream. All right. You just have to, you know, you just have to get into them. You just have to research them all and do the work, right? Then you're gonna know for yourself. You better answer those questions for yourself. So I just get them all all the time, every single time. How many people message me, what coins did I get into? And then I reply, oh, start with the top 10, mate. Okay, so you should already have your I'm just going to go to okay, so obviously I'm assuming that everyone has got BTC, Litecoin, Stratus, Dash, NEM, and shares. There's a couple others, maybe Steam. Okay, I'm assuming you're holding some of these. Okay, again, that's up to you whether you do or not. I am holding them. All right. So let's go into ones that are like your second tier, or these are ones that I feel that they're still they're undervalued, but also they're fairly new, but they've gone through the ICO process. They've got like either a working model, an alpha, a beta, or they've got some sort of prototype. So they've already gone through that whole ICO stage. Oh, just losing some light here. They've gone through that whole ICO stage, that growth period, and now they're just starting to develop as a company and as a token, and then, you know, starting to add new features. They got apps and all this sort of stuff. So the growth is definitely there, and you've missed the ICO stage, right? So you've missed that stage already, but you can still get in on the peak where it's still, like, you know, cheap, and Civic is one of them. All right. So you guys missed the ICO, but it's still 22 cents. It's chicken feed. Think about this in 12 months or 18 months. It's going to be like, it's going to be up there. It's going to be a lot of money. So getting onto these, what I regard as, I still think they're cheap coins. If you didn't get them at the ICO stage, it's still very cheap. 22 cents, man. You know, that's like, I don't know, just save, don't have a cup of coffee and buy like 10 of these a day, right? You know, it'll pay off in the end. This is what I'm talking about. If you don't have much money, you know, I'm trying to help you out here. So let's go to another one, which I think is really cool. Again, this is just me saying this. It's not financial advice. This one here is cool. And the reason why I like it, it's called OMG, of course. I think that's a pretty cool ticker. OMG. But what these guys do is, this is an example of, again, of something that I think it's got a lot of potential. It's when you go to the website, it's just a no-brainer, right? You just know that if this is going to go somewhere, and it has a real life world application. It's not just a stupid website with a white paper and that's decentralized and it's got a blockchain. It's private. Who gives a shit, right? This has got a real life application, right? And what OMG do, or OMZ Go, or however you say it, they do remittances from, say, uh, people in one country, and then they send money from, say, if they're in Myanmar and they work in Myanmar and they want to send money back to Thailand, because I know that this is a big thing, right? This is a big thing in Thailand. People, either people from Myanmar, which is above Thailand, come to work in Thailand, and then they want to send money back to Myanmar, right? But they don't have many means of doing that, and this is what this does. It's like a Ethereum token, which then allows you. It's like a cross-border thing, as well as also people like a lot of Filipinos as well, living in Western countries that work overseas, and then they want to send money. Like usually, traditionally, it'd be like, "I'll send money Western Union," right? Western Unions, they're thieves. They're thieves. The cross-border remittance, sending money overseas, is billions of dollars. It's a billion-dollar industry, and that's what these guys solve. They're basically like a bank. You become your own bank, and then you have control over the money, and then you just can send it to anyone in the world to get your money back to your family, right? And this is what this does. I think it's a really good project. Again, it's cheap, right? So go and have a look at their website, and study this stuff, because if when you look at a crypto coin or a token or whatever, right, and you come to it, unbank the banked with Ethereum, right? So when you go to a crypto, or you see a token or whatever, you think about, you might invest in it, you might buy it or whatever, right? Think to yourself, just off the bat, what does it do, right? And if you can't answer that, and it doesn't do anything, it's like, well, what does it do? I don't know what it's got a blockchain, it's got a, what the fuck does it do, right? If it doesn't tell you that, or it's not solving a genuine, real life problem, then don't invest in it, right? This does, okay? So that's probably the first question you should be asking yourself before you do anything even more. I missed this one. I freaking missed this one of the ICO. I missed this one, guys. But you know what? There's always an ICO launching. This is what I'm so excited for, right? This is, I think this is a really good project, right? I don't know how far it's going to go. They've got a white paper in Chinese, Japanese. The guy that actually created it he's Japanese. So again, do your research. Check this one out. Again, it's cheap. All right, it's only $1.45. Think long term. Where's this going to be in freaking, I don't know, 12 months time? I can tell you it's not going to be $1.45. You want to buy into this, it's going to be a lot more. So you can capitalize on this sort of stuff with the information I'm telling you now. Research this stuff. Really get into it, guys. Research it, and then make yourself some money, So that's also a good one. Now, I could spend all night. I could be here for 4 hours doing this live stream, going over every single coin, but I'm not. All right, so I'm going to redirect you to this live stream if you tell me, what do I get into, right? You shouldn't be asking me that question, because I already told you. You guys can figure it out, Just use your common sense. So either watch this again or just get a pen. What I also like, again, this is just my opinion. Whether you research this stuff, and if you like it too, then invest. But I'm not telling you to invest in anything. So obviously Civic, I like Civic. OMG, which is this, right? Cross-border remittance. I like Ethereal because, it's gambling. It's a dice game with Ethereum. It's high stakes, but it just keeps going up and up. Return on investment with Ethereal is like right up there, right? And this is what I look for, It's obviously got somewhere, otherwise it wouldn't be there, right? So this is what I'm talking about, right? The all-time list of ICOs ever launched in history the most profitable ones, which was Ethereum, but it's now Stratus. Then it's Ethereum, then it's IOTA, then Ant shares. That's why I got all of them. I don't have Spectre coin. And lo and behold, on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th on that list is Ethereal. It's a freaking dice game. So stupid. But it's there. So it started at 6 cents. Now it's $5.20. That's why I'm in the, I think, yeah, I'm just shifting some Ethereum over. And then you have to buy it. Look, you have to get it through Ether Delta. This one's Ether Delta is like a decentralized exchange. It's really funny because it's really difficult and hard to use. But you can use an app which plugs into, just use your Chrome browser and get a Google Chrome extension called MetaMask, right? And then you add this to your browser, and then this is it here. You send Ethereum. You can then buy Ethereum. Okay, this is all Ethereum. So this Ether Delta is like all your tokens and the basically everything that runs on the Ethereum platform will be listed in Ether Delta, all right? And so it's just Ethereum paired with whatever, okay? And that's what it is. There's no Bitcoin, nothing. So you have to send Ethereum first to MetaMask, which is this browser plugin, and then what happens is it's a pretty cool app. It's a pretty cool plugin actually. And then what it does, it talks directly to Ether Delta, puts the Ether in here, and then you can buy it. But this setup is really, really clunky. I mean, I just like Bittrex because Bittrex is just straight up easy. You know, it's buy, sell, right? Bids, ask, place orders, okay? Bittrex. This is really clunky. But anyway, that's what you got to do. You can buy Ethereal on Ether Delta. I might do a live stream on this later. With this ICO course I've got coming up, I'll show you a way to buy all your ICOs through, not all of them, but most of them, because most of them will be Ethereum ECR20 tokens anyway. So most of them will be in Ether Delta, and then you can buy them through MetaMask, and I'll show you how to do all that, which is pretty cool because then you can just basically create accounts, create new Ethereum wallet addresses, and then each of those wallets is your that's the wallet that you use to buy your ICO, and then you can just export your private keys to claim your tokens. So you can have like 10 different wallets within MetaMask, and then you can then buy for each wallet will be directly linked to whatever ICO you bought, so you can keep everything nice. And but anyway, that's for my course coming out with ICO Gold Rush. So yeah, so let's get back into it. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So Ethereal, you know, have a look at that one. That ticker is DICE, DICE. System's another one too. This one, the only reason why I've got it down on my list is because it's cheap. All right. I've heard some good things about it, but you know, I'll have to look more into it. Okay. It keeps on popping up everywhere, and I'm looking at it. I'm just going, you know, what is this? So again, this is not get rich. This is going to be like buy and hold, right? It's only 13 cents. It keeps popping up, so maybe have a look at that. Okay. In fact, I'll show them. Yeah, when I do them here, if they're listed on Bittrex, Ubiq. I like Ubiq. Okay, Ubiq is, this one's basically like Ethereum. It's like they've taken the best things from Ethereum, they've pulled things from Ethereum, and they like created essentially it's like kind of a, I don't know, hard fork of, not really a hard fork of Ethereum, but it's basically like another Ethereum, but then they've just like taken all the best parts from Ethereum. But again, like it's $1.42. It's cheap. Good development team behind it. Blah 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 blah. Look into it. I like Ubiq. You can. It's mined by GPU. I think it's got a lot of potential. But again, it's just cheap at the moment. It's not an Ethereum. It hasn't gained market share. And that's only $1.42. So Ubiq, check that one out. I think I went through. I think I already went through 10x, right? I think 10x has got potential. It's just they've had a rocky road lately. So 10x, all right. So pay, the ticker's pay. This is another one too. Qtum. This is another one that's sort of been popping up and always popping up, and I've looked into it. This is something that I still need to research. But you know, it's I think this one's definitely got potential. It's got a good team behind it, but I really need to look into it. This one's sort of getting up there now. This is like already $7, but I think this is going to be like, you know, this could be like, you know, 30 or $40 by the end of the year. So I mean, I don't know, it could be less, but I think this one is going to be one of the ones that's really going to be up there, simply because it's got a lot of a big team behind it. And so again, I need to research more into Qtum, but you know, definitely put it on your list to have a look. Lisk, I've already got Lisk. I think Lisk has got good potential. Their logo sucks though, I'll tell you. But then again, it's only $2.12. It's cheap, right? So this is like JavaScript on a blockchain. So have a look at Lisk. The potential of Lisk is huge. It's so undervalued. I think it's like $2.12. You know, again, you know, in 12 months' time, it's gonna be up. It's gonna be up there. This one I haven't purchased this one, but this one's certainly got my attention. This is like hedge funds meets blockchain, and it's already up there in value already. But doesn't mean if it's already up in the $30 to $40 range, it means it's a big deal, right? For a cryptocurrency getting the $30 or $40 range, like Litecoin, like Ethereum Classic, you know, it's got a lot of things going for it, and this is just shot up there. So this is hedge fund meets blockchain. It's $34. I bought some today. I didn't get much, but I got some. I mean, I got some. So yeah, I've watched this one, and I'm like, price keeps on going up. So check that one out. This one here is also got a good idea behind it, and they had a big ICO, sold out pretty quick. It's still pretty cheap. So I think this one's potential. I think it's got a lot of potential, and it does very similar. It's a very similar sort of thing too, as well as some others, but it's called Metal as well. Okay, so this one here, again, this one's fairly cheap. Still about $4. All right. So you gotta don't look at the price of what it is now. Look at the potential of where it could be in 12 months' time. That's what you gotta look at. And how you determine that is by studying the actual everything about it, right? And then if it actually solves a real life problem in the world, and it's got a lot of potential, it's got backing, it's got a good development team, good advisors. They got a test net, or they got alpha or beta, or they've got an app, or blah 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 blah, right? To get to $4, they're obviously doing something right. I don't know what the market volume is on this, but you know, it's still early days. $4, all right? So this is another one. Just keep an eye on this one. Metal. Obviously, you guys know about Steam. This one here as well. This one's probably, you could go either way with this one. It's called Safe Exchange Coin. It's basically the tokens that you hold. You get like, there's two parts of this actual coin token, but again, it's 1 cent. You know, it could go up, it could go down. In 12 months' time, this could be $5. You just don't know, right? So, safe exchange coin. You know, this could be one of them. You just don't know. So you got to research this stuff. I mean, I could be here all day looking, telling you about these coins. But there's also a lot. There's also a few on this that are not on Bittrex, which potentially could be, you know, could have promise for the future. Let's just go have a look at this cryptocurrency. Okay, and then there's all the ICOs that are all launching as well. See, so there's so many different coins that you could have a look at that we don't know. You know, some of these I haven't even looked at. Particles also possibly a good one as well. That's like peer-to-peer e-commerce. You know, like there's no middleman, so you don't go and buy shit off Amazon. You just buy directly through someone else, and there's no middleman. Like there's no Amazon or eBay. You know what I mean? So particle, that could be also good. Again, you know, I could be here all night talking about this stuff. Veg, you know, there's so many. So library coin, library credits, library credits. I've watched that. Quantum resistance, counterparty. There's so many. So again, just go through your research. Another one too, Skycoin. You know, that's coming up. So just go through all the coins. I'm holding on some Humanique. I've got some of that. There's another one. There's so many. I mean, you could be here all day. Melon, Peer Plays, Storage. So go through each coin, like I said. Figure out whether it solves a real life problem, and then research into the team, advisory, see how far they are in their roadmap, what's the potential for the future, what have they got in store. Just basically see where they're at in their what stage they're at. Then go on social media, read all the publications, go to Google, go to Twitter. Basically go and find as much information as you can about that particular token, or research into the development team or the advisory board, and find out as much information as you can, because this might seem like a lot of work, but trust me, if you get onto something that's 2 or 3 cents on a dollar, and you know you spend a lot of time to find this actual coin, because it's like, you know, a needle in a haystack, because there's 800 coins, most of them are shit, and then you actually find this coin and you go, this is actually so undervalued, right? And it's so cheap, you know, and you put a bit of money, or 1 BTC or 2 BTC onto it, and it's only cents on a dollar, and it goes to, you know, $10, right? You retire. Simple. So that's why it's worth the time to research this stuff, but that takes work. So every day, come to coincap.com or whatever it is, CoinCap. Okay, you guys know what it is. Coin market cap, and then just research each individual one, and go through each one, and then just you get a feel of these coins after a while. If you spend enough time on them, 2 or 3 hours a day looking at each one, you're gonna know, you're gonna get a feel of it, and then all of a sudden you're gonna get better at picking them at spotting out, you know, the shit coins to the good coins. And then once you start sort of getting your feet wet, put some money down, buy a few coins, watch them, build your portfolio up. And today I probably bought 10 coins. Some of them I mentioned in this live stream. And my portfolio is again, what I said before, right? I could just leave that money into Bitcoin, which is probably going to 2x, maybe 3x my money by the end of the year. Probably double, 2x. When I've just sold that Bitcoin and just put it into these coins that I just told you about, which will easily, in my opinion, 5x, 10x, 20x, maybe even 100x their value, as opposed to leaving it in Bitcoin, which is only going to maybe at the most double. See, so what I'm doing is I'm using my money and putting it at the best, putting it to the best possible use that I can, and making the best possible returns, just from just doing my research, using my head, doing a bit of research, finding these golden coins, these diamonds in the rough, putting a little bit here, putting a little bit there. Again, there's no urgency, in the sense that if you're not going to miss out on anything, be patient and research the stuff, and just keep on researching it until you get to a point where you go, well, I can't find a reason not to buy this coin. It's not like as if, oh my God, I've got to go out and buy. I just watched Angie Gavin's live stream, and I'm going to go out and buy 10 coins by the weekend, right? That makes no sense. I'd rather you research this stuff for the next 2 or 3 weeks, right? And then buy, and then once you're confident in your decision on what that coin actually does, and it meets all those criteria which I mentioned, you're going to get a feel of anyway. You're going to know what this stuff is anyway. And then you're like, okay, you spent 2 or 3 weeks deciding on this one coin, and you're like, it's got everything going for it. I've looked at 50 other coins, and this coin's got everything going for it, and then you're like, yep, I'm happy with my decision. Take a bit of responsibility, own that decision, and then put $50, put $100 on it, right? There's always opportunity tomorrow. There's always an ICO launching tomorrow, so you're not going to miss out on anything. There's no FOMO. And then, you might even, that coin might even, if you've done your research right, that coin, it's got potential to 10, 20, 30, 40x, whatever, okay? So don't be in a rush, just be patient, do the research. If you're still working a day job, come home from work, spend about an hour, really get into this stuff. You really enjoy it, because you know that, if you find this one coin, it's going to make you a lot of money, right? So you get fired up, right? And you're like, yeah, I get it now. I'm diligently looking, and once you sort of, see it going up. Once you put some money on it and you see it going up, you're just like, oh, wow, you get excited, right? You get more excited, you get more hyped up. Then you're like, you spend more time into researching these coins. So don't be in a rush, just be patient. But that's pretty much it, guys. To conclude, I would say just put your money, this is what I'm doing. I'm still holding Bitcoin, but I've also shifted quite a bit of that Bitcoin into coins that I've carefully researched, which are going to give me far better return than Bitcoin ever will. So I'm just putting the money where it's going to get me the most return, in my opinion, because Bitcoin's going to probably only give me 2x, maybe 4x by the end of July next year, right? Some of these coins that I mentioned today in this live stream, they're going to give me more than that. They're going to give me 10x, they're going to give me 20x, right? So pure maths, you don't have to be a brain surgeon. You can be a monkey, you can work it out, right? So that's what I've done personally myself. It is a strategy that you can look into. Not saying doing it, but just take your time. Don't be in a rush, because they're out there. There's so many coins that are out there, and even now I don't even have time. I do this stuff full time. I don't even have time to look into all this sort of stuff because there's so many different coins, there's so many different ICOs. I got my hands full, you know, and then I'm creating a course with the ICO course as well. So as you can tell, I probably, you know, by doing live streams and on Facebook and YouTube, it's taking a lot of my time, you know. So, but you know, I just try to give you guys value anyway. So then you guys are, you know, can do this stuff and hopefully get onto some winners and hopefully make some money for yourself. That's why we're here, right? So yeah, other than that, guys, I'm just gonna pretty much call it a day. I'm just gonna quickly go through some comments. Yeah, look, you're definitely right. You definitely have to look at the Pete said, yeah, you have to definitely compare the market cap, the coin supply. Absolutely, exactly. Because obviously, the more coin supply you have, the less it's going to be more scarce. It's like Ripple and NEM, right? Like their coin supply is into the billions. I think Ripple's got like 10 billion or something. Anyway, it's a lot. So the value of that coin's not going to go up. Yeah, that's why I said you guys have to research. Pretty much, that's what I'm saying. Just research all the stuff, right, before you make any decisions. And through the research and through the looking at different coins, you figure it out. But definitely the market, the volume of the coin and the coin supply is very important, right? So the lower the coin supply, right? The lower the coin supply, the better the coin. The ratio between what is actually out there and what is the supply, the actual, you know, full amount of the coins that are ever going to be produced to what's out there as well is also very important. And also the volume as well. So for example, as I just said, NEM, right? NEM or Ripple, they're only NEM's like, I don't know how much NEM is, but they're both like really cheap at the moment. But the coin supply is massive, meaning for that coin to go up in value, it's going to have to be into the 50 to 100 billion for it to actually ever gain any value. All right, meaning that it's not going to ever gain any value in a long time because the whole market cap for cryptocurrencies as of today is only 95 billion, right? So take that into consideration as well, right? So you don't want to get into a coin where the coin supply is like 10 billion because it's not going to gain in value. It's going to, or it will, but it's going to take a long time. So as a general rule, the shorter the supply, like if the coin's only got like 10 million or Bitcoin's got like 21 million, that's better because it makes it less scarce. It's more scarcity, right? Supply and demand. So I hope you guys got that. Just going through the comments. Paul says, great info. Thanks, get 3% off of Genesis code. Oh man, unbelievable. Yeah, Chaincoin. Mate, Chaincoin is, I reckon Chaincoin has got rid of the pump and dumpers and it's actually going up in value now. So it's you know, people have pumped it, so now it is there. Yesterday it was 50 cents. Now it's $1.29 again. So it's gone up in value. So hopefully all the pump and dumpers and all the haters will just move on, and then Chaincoin can then the community's, very much behind it. I've got my masternode up, and it's a long-term thing as well with Chaincoin. Okay, so they've come back. It's not a get rich quick, right? Chaincoin's still cheap. Oh, excuse me. I'm just gonna answer some questions, guys, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. Yeah, they've paused buying. They just want more confirmations. Well, last time I transferred some BTC, they just wanted more confirmations. They could have paused it already, but I already had BTC in there. Rajesh, I already had BTC in there, bro. So I just flipped them into other coins. Again, BTC is awesome. Okay, BTC is like a safe haven. Everyone wants BTC because it's safe, right? It's king, and it always is going to be go up in value. But if you look at it from a standpoint of return on investment, BTC is actually shit compared to what I just discussed today in this live stream. You can get 10, 20, 50, even 100x on your money on other coins. If you carefully research them, you can make a lot of money. You're only probably going to make 2x on BTC by the end of the year. All right. My strategy is putting my BTC into these other coins, getting the 10, 20, 30, 50. Hey, I might even be lucky and get 100x on one. Then just flip it back into BTC. BTC is not going to go away, right? But versus return on investment, BTC shit, right? It's not as good, all right? So I think I made myself clear there. But as for stability and it's a safe haven, it's stability, it's rock solid. It's going to continue to go up in value. You can always count on it, no matter what. BTC, number one, okay? So let me just go back to the comments. Yeah, look, everyone's definitely got their everyone's got their opinions on different coins as well, which is good too. Do your research on all the different coins. Again, I've only mentioned a short list. There's probably another 20 I could have mentioned, but I'll be here all night, right? I'll be here all night trying to go through them all. Bitcoin. Yeah, I really sort of haven't come on my radar. Bitcoin, Dogecoin's forever losing value, so I don't know. Maybe tipping isn't really a good thing, but anyway. And Redcoin hasn't gone anywhere. But then again, I might have a relook at them if they're cheap. I'll definitely have a look at them because that's what I want, right? I want coins that are solid. Redcoin. Let's see what that is. So there you go, guys. Write this down. Redcoin, okay, RDD. And you got Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been around for a while, I think. Coin supply, though. Look at the coin supply. It's getting up there. Circulating supply is 180 million. 180 million? 180 billion. 180 billion. Oh, okay. If my maths is right. My maths sucks. So that is a huge coin supply. That's probably why it's still 0.1 cents. That's why. And Doge. There's a lot of Doge. There's a lot of Doge lovers out there. I know there's a lot of Doge lovers out there. Again, the reason, and going back to what Pete said, okay? PWT, again, stressing his point, and I think I made this clear again. The reason why these coins haven't gone up because the supply is too big. So you need to take this into consideration. This has got 110 billion Doge. That's why Doge is 0.001, because the supply is too big. Comprendo? Okay. So that's why you got to look at coins with try to get coins with, less than 100 million, right? 100 million. The less the supply, the better. All right? The less of the supply of the coins, the better. Dope coin. This has been pumped to the hill. But, it's actually, this is actually a coin that has real, you can't argue with this. Dope coin, whether you're a stoner, or you're a tree hugger, or you're into the marijuana movement, you can't argue that dope coin is getting used by stoners, right? It's their currency of choice to buy weed, right? So they're actually using, this is actually a real life application. Dope coin. So, look at this website. Buy a weed with dope coin. So this is actually a real life application. Dope coin. Then why is it only 2 cents? Because there's only 111 million. Yes, it's not too bad. Okay, let me just get off this site. There's also cannabis coin. There's hemp coin. I think there's THC or something. So the market, I mean, all those stoners should really get together and say, let's use one coin, and don't use one coin. Let's just use, decide on which coin and then grow that coin, instead of having 4 or 5 different marijuana coins. It's not going to work. We're all competing against each other. It's crazy. So definitely take that in consideration. The supply is a big factor. More scarce, drive the price up. And that's why Doge, that's why Reddit, and that's why, what was the other one? That's why they're cents on a dollar, because of the supply. Okay, Bitcoin it was Bitcoin, okay? So consider those as well. Yep. Thanks for your comments, Pete. Yeah, exactly, mate. ICN, yeah, I've looked at that, but I went to their website. I mean, it had a ICO recently, but I saw it. I've been seeing it pop up all the time, and I was just like, what is this thing, So they recently had their ICO, but I need to look into this, because if you look at stats, right, go back to ICO stats, this thing's on there, right? And it's got my attention, and I'm thinking, the frick is it, So there it is there. So it's up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's on the 11th top 11th ICO. So certainly has my attention. I need to look at this. This is at the site here. It doesn't really give you a lot. I need to research this ASAP. So thanks, Omar. You just gave me some. I was looking at this today, and I was like, "What's the deal with it?" I couldn't find any information on it. The markets. Wow. All right. So this is so ICN or Iconomy is being traded on Kraken. To get on Kraken, it's not easy. It's not easy to get on Kraken. Liquidity. Livecoin's pretty easy to get onto. Hit BTC, Gatecoin, Ether Delta, Bitsane. So there's a lot of exchanges that's actually holding this. I think this is on Bittrex too. They haven't mentioned Bittrex. So actually, I'll have a look. So this is one that you probably got to have a look at. Again, it's not really the price. It's just the potential, right? I'm sure I saw it on Bittrex. Maybe not. Okay, not. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks for your comments. Appreciate it. A lot of comments from YouTube as well. So that's awesome. And on Facebook, a lot of people on Facebook as well. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate you all. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that bell up the top there, right next to your name. On the top right, hit that bell, because then you're going to get a notification. And subscribe to my channel. Next time I do a giveaway, I did a Dash giveaway the other day. 20 people got paid from my Dash giveaway. A lot of people missed out too. So if you hit that notification bell, you'll get notification straight away when I do another live stream, whether it's a giveaway or not. You still get a notification. So, all right, guys, that's it. I'm done. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you got some value. Go study those coins and go make some money. Catch you guys later.